Hurricane Katrina. She's been up to Navy Fleet Week in New York. She's been in the Gulf. And one of my good friends, a young lady, well, she's a Navy commander from Aspen, Cherubim High, is now a surgeon on the Iwo Jima. I just heard from her, and they're doing humanitarian work in Haiti. Now, the thing about our expeditionary role, as General Amos has indicated, is that as the world population increases and we have to contend with more issues, not only air, ground, and space, but up in space, but cyberspace, we have all these issues and all the threats associated with after 9/11. Where we are in our Afghanistan right now, a situation where we're providing humanitarian assistance to the Pakistanis for the flood of the Indus River. There's fighting going on. Our United Nations supplies and gasoline fuels are being blown up. We're having a hard time there to get everything done. But we will be having culmination humanitarian and combat. Not only that, but in Indonesia, the tsunamis, the Horn of Africa, we're prepared to go as a force and ready. I retired out of Quantico and raised my two children, Matt and Heather. They're with me tonight. They stood in the great field when I retired. And I think they've learned a few things from their father about the Marine Corps. Now, when we're out here working with civilians, and what you do in the reserves is so important to work with the civilian population, the role of the Marine Corps. We do Toys for Tots. That's very important. We have a Marine Corps Museum back in Quantico, Virginia. I'd like to mention that we were there 2 years ago for my 50th reunion, basic school lieutenants. And that is a place that you should all visit. It has Chosen Reservoir, it has Hill 81 South, boot camp, the whole thing. And what's interesting, the reason I'm here tonight is because of my association with Curtis Petrus, who is architect of the Marine Corps Museum, did DIA, Jefferson County building. And Marine Corps Museum is an ongoing work. It's expanding all the time. General Ron Christmas is the CEO of that. He came out here and he's seeking support, and we're giving him support. I mentioned about the assistance to the returning servicemen, and what I would like to mention is I do a lot of television interviews up in Aspen for the Library of Congress, and we have a lot of aging veterans that are passing on, and they seem to get forgotten, and we record their messages. We're talking about Chosin Reservoir in Korea. This is the 60th anniversary of Chosin Reservoir. And I belong to the Marine Corps League, and I went to the birthday there last year. And I sat with several Chosin Reservoir veterans. One Marine had his toes frozen, couldn't walk, but yet was a Marine for life. Another one lost all his fingers. Marine for life. When I was instructing in Temple Meadows, we had students come in that had been at Chosin Reservoir, and they got back in the cold, and their fingers all turned black. So Chosin Reservoir is with us in our memories. And last week, I was walking down the hall in the rest home in Greenville, Arizona, and there was a plaque, a Marine Corps plaque, cross swords, and a great Marine Corps emblem. And the door was shut, and I said, I got to knock on this door. I knocked on the door, and the veteran was in there. Marine. He had participated in Guam, Saipan, Tinian, and Iwo Jima, and he was hospitalized for a year and a half in the VA hospital in Tucson. So reach out to your relatives that are passing, try to get the records, recognize what they did for the country. Along the way, although we have a new commandant, I've had the privilege of working with several commandants directly, General Lewis Wilson and Bob Barrow. I was the Foreign Claims Commissioner for them. Two fine gentlemen, Medal of Honor for General Wilson in Guam, Silver Star chosen for General Barrow. Carl Mundy, a classmate of mine at Command Staff College, went on to be commandant. Another artilleryman I think we should all know about is Al Gray. He's an 0802. And when I was in Vietnam with him, he was also a communications officer. And he was working with McNamara and setting up the McNamara line. And one other commandant I didn't know directly, but I knew his father. His name was General Krulak. And he was the commanding general of the Marine Corps Development and Education Center in Quantico as lieutenant. We were all afraid of him. He was about 5'4", had an Napoleonic complex, and was a real fighter, prepared the troops for Korea. Anyway, his son went on to be commandant. But when we were getting ready to sail for Operation Hastings from Okinawa, General Krulak came out to greet us, send us off. His son was the chaplain for the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines. And I had my battery lined up on mine there, all spick and span already. I thought this is going to be a quite a lot of inspection. The general just came up to me and put his arm around me and said, "God bless you and your men, Captain Mary." And that's the way it is. Whether you're a general or private, whatever, it's the love that binds the Marine Corps, and that's how we do survive. I would like to mention the Navy part here, how important the corpsmen have been, how important they've been to me in combat, how important the enlisted men have been. I had, in the Marine Barracks at Subic in the Philippines, Sergeant Major Sweet went on to be the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. And when I was on recruiting duty in Detroit, Sergeant Harold went on to become the commandant, or the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps in 1991. So it's been a great time, and I'm going to be celebrating the rest of the week for the Marine Corps. I'd like to just mention one last thing. And we saw up here where different Marine Corps birthdays were held. I've had them all over the world: Philippines, China, Camp Pendleton, the whole 1st Marine Division at Disneyland. But one I'll never forget is 10 November 1966. I was liaison officer to the Vietnamese Paratroop Battalion, and I had my radio operator, a Marine. We're the only ones out there, and he had a can of pound cake, and I had a can of peas, and we split it and celebrated the Marine Corps birthday out in the force there. That's the one I'll never forget. I want to thank you for having me here tonight, and I've enjoyed being here with you. I hope to get to see more of you in the future. And Semper Fi. Happy birthday, Marines.
At this time, the oldest and younger Marines are taking their position in front of the cake escorts.